Hello everyone. In this video session, I am going to discuss about distribution management. The contents covered are distribution management, distribution system in India, global scenario, wholesale trading, sale by retailers, exclusive retailing, non-store retailing, and contemporary distribution scenario in India. Let us first recall that marketing is defined as a managerial and social process by which individuals and groups obtain what they want and need by creating and exchanging products and services for a value. Now, this entire thing of giving products and services to the customers requires companies to arrange for what is called as a marketing mix consisting of 4 P's: product, price, place and promotion. Product is anything of value that is offered to the consumers to satisfy their needs and wants. Now, this product should be of value in the eyes of the customers. It can be a bundle of benefits, it can be a tangible product or an intangible service. Anything that customers value comes under the term product. Now, once a product has been designed, it has to be priced appropriately. The second P therefore is the price. Price includes any monetary value that customers have to pay for obtaining and using the product. We will come to the third P, place, after we look at the fourth P, that is promotion. Now, once a product has been designed and priced appropriately, it has to be communicated to the target buyers, the market, the consumers, that the product is available at a particular price, and this communication part is covered in the fourth P, that is promotion. Promotion mix, also known as communication mix of a firm, consists of the elements like advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, direct marketing and public relations. The question here is, how does a firm blend all these elements in order to attain maximum advantage? Now, the third P, that is place, which is the topic of our discussion, is nothing but distribution. Place means place of availability of the product. Now, place is very important decision in the marketing mix because other marketing mix decisions are based on the distribution activity of a firm. If a firm decides to distribute its products through mass merchandisers, a different pricing strategy is required. On the other hand, if it decides to sell its product through upmarket stores, then a different type of distribution is required, different type of pricing policy is required. Thus, all other decisions of marketing are related to the third P, that is place. Now, let us understand what is this distribution. Now, distribution is defined as any activity that involves selling as well as delivering products to the end users which are produced by the manufacturers. It is the third P, as I said, it is the third P of marketing mix, and for a marketer, distribution includes all those activities and all those organizations which are involved in getting the goods from the point of manufacture to the point of consumption. Distribution is summed up as getting the right product at the right place at the right time. No matter how good a product is, no matter how high quality product a company makes, but if it is not available at the time when it is required for the consumers, then it is of no use. Therefore, companies should focus on the distribution function. Distribution management is defined as the management of all activities which facilitates movement and coordination of supply and demand in the creation of time and place utility in goods and services as well. Now, here the key words are movement and coordination of supply and demand. Distribution always tries to build the gap between the demand that is there in the marketplace and the supplies that is there on the company's end, and somewhere coordination is required for these two functions. Supply and demand have to be coordinated, and that is where distribution management pitches in. It creates time and place utility in goods. There is a time gap between when goods are produced by the manufacturers and when they are required by the consumers for consumption. There is also a gap in terms of place where the manufacturing happens and the place where consumption happens. Distribution management bridges such gaps and brings together the sellers and the buyers. Distribution management is also defined as a broad range of activities concerned with the efficient movement of finished products from the end of the production line to the consumer's end. A distribution channel, also known as a marketing intermediary, is any business or businesses that are involved and that play any small part in moving the finished products closer to the buyers, closer to the people who will use these products. Distribution channels are broadly defined in two categories. One is the direct distribution channel and the other is called indirect distribution channel. A direct distribution channel is organized and managed by a company that sells directly to the consumers. Avon follows this direct distribution strategy. Similarly, Singer Machines sells its sewing machines through its own outlets. Britannica Encyclopedia, such books are sold directly to the consumers without the involvement of any middlemen in between. One advantage of a direct distribution channel is that companies tend to have direct relationship with the customers. So it becomes easier for the firms to change its marketing mix program as per the changing tastes and preferences of the consumers. But also one demerit of direct channel is that the company has to invest a lot of time and effort in reaching out to the customers. We have another type of distribution called indirect distribution, in which the company takes the helps of middlemen. Indirect distribution channel involves intermediaries that perform a company's distribution functions. The company may give away the entire distribution activity or only a part of it to the middlemen or to the third parties who are called as the marketing channels. HUL, the FMCG company, fast moving consumer goods company, Samsung Electronics, these follow indirect distribution. The types of marketing channels are shown in this figure. Direct marketing channel. Here the producer sells directly to the consumer or the producer sells directly to the business customer. In case of indirect marketing channel, there are three options shown here. The producer sells to the retailer, who in turn sells to the consumer. The producer sells to the wholesaler, who sells to the retailer and from whom the end consumers will buy the products. The third case is where the producer sells to the business distributor and the business distributor again sells to the business customer. So whatever it is, a distribution channel may be having 0 level, 1 level or 2 levels, each level depicting the number of intermediaries involved. These intermediaries are called as the channel levels. Methods of distribution. Now there are three methods of distribution through which the manufacturing firm can decide to disperse its products in the market. In case of intensive distribution, the other two are selective distribution and exclusive distribution. In case of intensive distribution, the company will sell its products through as many outlets as possible. Whosoever is ready and willing to give shelf space to the product, the company will place its product in those retail outlets. Fast moving consumer goods companies that sell everyday products like soaps, shampoos, etc. follow intensive distribution. In fast moving consumer goods, it is very important that the products are available as easily as possible to the consumers. Therefore, product availability is the key success factor here. Hence, intensive distribution works best for these companies. In case of selective distribution, the company selects a very few partners for distributing its products. Manufacturers dealing with mobile phones, computers follow selective distribution. In this case, very few firms are given the right or the title to sell the products of the companies. The third case, exclusive distribution, is said to happen when the company gives exclusive rights to a particular retailer for selling its products. Now, limited outlets or only one or two outlets are given the authority or the right to sell the company's products. Now, here examples include Rolex watches, BMW, Gucci. These follow exclusive distribution. These brands or products are not available anywhere and everywhere. They carry an image with them, an upmarket image, and are sold through exclusive distribution. Let us now look at the distribution system in India. In India, most of the companies follow a three-tier distribution structure consisting of the distributor, wholesaler and the retailer. Also, companies use clearing and forwarding agents for marketing and distributing their products. Now, these agencies have a drawback. They tend to operate in limited geographic areas only. In the recent past, there has been an upsurge in the distribution market in India. With the implementation of GST, goods and services tax, many changes have happened. There is no octroi sales tax has been abolished and the road permits are required only to a limited extent. With these changes that have happened, across India, many distribution markets have sprung up. The global scenario requires a different outlook as such. In global marketing, distribution becomes all the more important. This is because usually the global markets are at a distance from the manufacturing base, and so the time required to distribute to these markets is more than compared to the domestic markets. Now, since we are talking about distributing the products to foreign countries crossing the national boundaries, many procedures and formalities have to be fulfilled. Added to this is the cost pressures of large buyers who sometimes insist on just-in-time delivery of products. Now, all these make global distribution structure all the more complex. Now, for companies, there is a variation in the importance of markets from one country to the other country. Therefore, the width and depth of distribution system required in the global markets may change from country to country. Because of these reasons, there is no universal strategy that can be followed for global distribution. Maybe to start with, the company can appoint a commission agent who will work on behalf of the company and bring together the buyers and the exporting companies and facilitates the movement of goods and cash payments. Now, once the company progresses in those markets, it can think of hiring a regional distributor who will work as agent of the company and again go in search of the buyers, understand their needs and see to it that the needs of the buyers are fulfilled. Now, as the business still increases in size, the company may start its own office in those markets, in those global markets, and then appoint a resident representative. Now, finally, when the business reaches further scales, further heights, the company might think of a long-term investment like joint venture or starting a wholly owned subsidiary or a partly owned subsidiary. Next, wholesale trading. Now, wholesale trade consists of purchasing and selling goods generally to retailers, professional buyers, institutions, authorities or anybody else but not to the final consumers. Wholesale trade is a mode of exchange in which products are purchased and processed in large quantities and sold to resellers, specialist users or companies but not to the end customers in batches of a specified quantity. So, wholesale trading involves selling in huge quantities to other resellers for business use and not to the final consumers for their personal use. The wholesale trading performs the functions of assembling of goods, breaking in the bulk, warehousing or storing, grading, communication of market information. Now, as in assembling of goods, wholesalers tend to buy from various manufacturers in huge quantities and they assemble these products into the quantities and qualities, varieties that the retailers would want. Breaking in the bulk, manufacturers produce in huge quantities and retailers would require to sell to the consumers in smaller quantities. There is a huge difference between the quantity that is dealt with by the manufacturers and that the quantity that is dealt with by the retailers. So, wholesalers pitch in here and they act as the intermediary between manufacturers and retailers, buy from the manufacturers and sell to the retailers in the quantities required by the retailer. Wholesalers also perform warehousing or storage function. They tend to buy goods from the manufacturers much in advance, stock them and release to the retailers as and when the retailers demand, which changes with the changing demands of the consumers. Grading. Some wholesalers also perform the function of grading the products as per quality, size, variety, color, etc. They divide the goods into these categories, repack them and sell to the retailers. Now this way the business of the retailers becomes easier because they are getting already graded products which are ready to be sold at the retail outlet. Wholesalers also perform the function of communication of market information. Wholesalers foresee market changes. From the retailers, they get information about in what direction the consumer tastes and preferences are changing, how their buying habits are changing, what more are consumers asking for, what less are they asking for in the products. Such type of information is extracted from the retailers and passed on to the manufacturers. And from the manufacturers' end, wholesalers carry information about what new products are yet to be launched in the market in the short while, and this they pass on to the retailers, who in turn will pass this information on to the consumers. Wholesalers have the ability of conducting market surveys, and valuable information obtained through these surveys are either sold or provided free of cost to all parties concerned. Wholesalers, with their vast knowledge about various manufacturers and varieties of products that they are producing, can advise the retailers as to how best customer needs and wants can be satisfied. Types of wholesalers. Wholesalers are broadly divided into three types: merchant wholesalers, brokers and agents, manufacturer sales branches and offices. Merchant wholesalers are again divided into full service wholesalers and limited service wholesalers. Full service wholesalers are again further classified as wholesale merchants and industrial distributors. Limited service wholesalers are again divided into cash and carry wholesalers, truck wholesalers, drop shippers, rack jobbers, producers cooperatives and mail order wholesalers. Agents are of four types, and manufacturer sales offices and branches consists of sales branches, sales offices and purchasing offices. Now let us look at each one of these. Full service wholesalers provide full range of services to the retailers. They deliver the goods, they procure the goods, they deliver the goods, they give support services, they do sales promotion, everything. They offer a full range of services, full package of services to the retailers. Now under this, wholesale merchants are the ones who sell mostly to the retailers. They do not sell to other institutional buyers, but they sell only to the retailers. Industrial distributors on the other hand sell to the producers rather than to other retailers. Limited service wholesalers are those which offer very limited services or very few services. They usually deliver the goods, they don't deliver the goods, they just sell the goods to the retailers. Now here again there are 6 types. Cash and carry wholesalers have a limited line of fast moving goods and they sell to small retailers, usually for cash, and they do not deliver the goods. Examples here are Metro Cash and Carry in Hyderabad. Truck wholesalers are also known as truck jobbers. They perform selling and delivery function. Both the functions are done by the truck wholesalers. Now, drop shippers are yet another category of limited service wholesalers. Drop shippers just pick up an order for bulk products like coal and heavy equipment, and once they get an order, they go in search of a producer. From the producer, the goods are shipped directly to the client or the customer. Now, rack jobbers are the wholesalers who indulge in selling non-food items, usually grocery and drug related products, and these sell on consignment basis. They charge the retailer, they bill the retailer only to the extent of the quantity of the products that the retailer is able to sell to the consumers. Producers cooperatives are seen in the farm products. They deal with farm members who assemble the farm produce at one place in order to sell in local markets. Mail order wholesalers use catalogs to sell the products to the retailers, industrial and institutional customers who offer jewelry, cosmetics, special foods, etc. Once the order is received, it is delivered by mail, truck or by other means. Second category of wholesalers, brokers and agents. Now, brokers and agents do not take title to goods. They only aid in buying and selling, and they charge commission for the same. Brokers are the ones who bring the buyers and sellers together. They help make a sale happen and they also help in the negotiation process. An agent represents buyers or sellers on a permanent basis. For brokers, the clients keep changing, but as for an agent, the clients are on a relatively permanent basis. Agents are again classified as manufacturer's agent, selling agent, purchasing agent, and commission merchant. A manufacturer's agent will work for two or more manufacturers who deal in related lines of product. Such agents enter into formal agreements with each manufacturer separately. Selling agents sell a producer's entire output when the manufacturer feels either unqualified to sell by himself or doesn't show interest in selling his own produce. Purchasing agents have long-term relationships with the purchasers. They make with the buyers, they make purchases, receive the goods, inspect the goods, warehouse or store the goods and ship goods. All these they do on behalf of the buyers. Commission merchants. Commission merchants take physical possession of products. They negotiate sales, and this happens mostly in agricultural marketing. The farmers do not want to sell their output because they do not belong to any cooperatives or they are not interested in selling their output. The third category of wholesalers is manufacturer sales branches and offices. Manufacturer sales branches and offices is the third type of wholesaling business. In this case, the sellers or buyers themselves do the wholesaling and do not hire the services of a third party. They set up their own sales branches and sales offices. Now, sales branches carry inventory and sales offices do not carry any inventory. Sales branches happen in case of heavy equipment products and sales offices happen in case of dry goods. Now, purchasing offices are buying offices of retailers set up in major market centers like New York City or Chicago. Now, they do all the activities on behalf of the buying organization. They work more or less like agents only, but they work only for one particular organization. The next concept is wholesale marketing decisions. All wholesalers have to start with identifying their target market. Wholesalers cannot serve everyone alike. They cannot satisfy all the clients alike. Hence, they have to define their target markets by size or type or service or any other factor they consider important for their business. The next decision is deciding on the product assortment and services that they are going to offer. Will they be full-time or full package, full range service providers or limited range service providers? Will they carry inventory of items all the time or will they carry inventory for immediate delivery? And which range of services will they offer? These decisions happen at the second level. The next set of decisions are related to the price. Oftentimes, manufacturers fix the price of the product, but at the wholesale level, wholesalers can talk about or consider markup that they are going to charge after involving or after including all the expenses. Then they can negotiate for cutting margins or having special price breaks for certain products. Next decision is about place. Place here for wholesale business means the location from where the wholesaling activity will be done and the methods used for operating or running the wholesale business. Last decision in wholesaling is the promotion decision. The promotion mix, as told earlier, consists of advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, etc. So, here the retailers have to decide how well they can make use of these 5 elements. Sale by retailers. Unlike wholesaling, a retail sale is done to the final consumers. Retail is the sale of goods and services to consumers in contrast to wholesaling, which is sale to businesses or institutional customers. Retailing is a set of activities performed in selling the goods and services directly to the end users for personal non-business use. Retail sales include sales of services, sales of durable goods, sales of non-durable goods, sales of fast-moving consumer goods. All these come under the term retailing. Whenever the sale is done to the final consumer, that can be called as a retail business or retail activity. Now, functions of a retailer are similar to that of a wholesaler, yet more added functions are provided by the retailer. As wholesalers, retailers also do buying and assembling. Retailers buy from several wholesalers, assemble the goods under one roof and give a product assortment of choice to the customers. Retailers perform the function of inventory and storage. The goods that they are buying from the wholesalers have to be stored in appropriate condition, operating condition, and released to the consumers as and when they demand. Retailers perform the function of selling the products to the consumers or end users. If not done by the wholesalers, retailers do grading and packaging of goods at the retail level before they are sold to the end users. Retailers take up the activity of risk bearing. They bear the risk of obsolescence, or they bear the risk of theft or loss of products due to fire, etc. Sometimes retailers also take up the activity of transporting the goods that they are buying from the wholesalers till the retail outlets, till their own branches. Retailers also do financing. They extend credit facilities to the customers, and on the other side, they may extend advance payments to the wholesalers for getting the required batches of goods delivered in time. Retailers also perform sales promotion at their own store level. Point of purchase promotion happens. They do their own advertising in newspapers. They do their own advertising in television, on radio, at the store level. These promotions are of great help for smaller manufacturers who rely exclusively on retailers for marketing their products. Finally, retailers bridge time, place and possession gaps. Now, time gap happens because there is a difference between the time of manufacture and the time of consumption of products. Similarly, place gap happens because the place of manufacture is different from the place of consumption. Similarly, possession. Retailers take ownership of goods from the wholesalers and they pass on this ownership to the customers. Till that time, they retain the ownership with themselves. Retail marketing decisions are similar to that of wholesale marketing decisions. Target market decision, deciding on who the target market is, who the target customers are, understanding their needs and wants, and stocking the appropriate merchandise by procuring from different wholesalers. Product assortment and service decisions include deciding on exactly what assortment of products and what range of services are provided at the retail level. This decision also includes providing the right atmosphere for shopping for the customers. Price decision. Retailers sometimes give markdowns on the products at the store level itself. Place decision. Place, it is said that the three critical factors for retail success are location, location and location. Now here the location is a crucial decision for a retailer because it decides how many customers will come to the store, how much purchases will they make in the stores. Hence, retailers have to take this decision very carefully. Promotion. Retailers also take up advertising, sales promotion, direct marketing and public relations at their own store level. Next is the concept of exclusive retailing. Now, exclusivity refers to a situation in which a particular retailer is given the sole right to sell a particular company's products. The retailer agrees not to sell competitive brands. So, he is the only one marketing a particular brand in a particular geographic area. Rolex watches, BMW, UC, Raymond's, all these follow exclusive retailing. Exclusive retailing may happen within a geographical area. It may happen for one or few products of the company. Exclusive retailing may be done for globally exclusive products or in a particular local market. It is done for technically complicated products or high quality products that require a specialized level of skill. Types of retail businesses. Retail businesses are classified as store-based and non-store-based businesses. Store-based retailing means there is a physical outlet. Customers will visit that physical outlet, see the products by themselves and then make a purchase. In case of non-store retailing, there is no physical retail outlet involved, yet customers tend to get to know about the products sold by the retailer and make a purchase. Now, this happens through online media, through mobile phones, through email marketing, etc. Contemporary distribution scenario in India. In the recent past, many changes have happened due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There was lockdown period, as everyone knows, and no activity was happening anywhere. Now in this era, in this period, distribution has gained a lot of prominence. There has been a surge in demand for logistics and other distribution carriers or service providers, and in India, the courier network has expanded to cover smaller cities with populations of less than 50,000. Also, it is estimated that there are around 12 million distribution and logistics providers, and most of these are family owned businesses in India. So in this session, we had discussed about the distribution management, what is distribution, how it happens in India, what is a global scenario, wholesale trading, retail trading, exclusive retailing, what are non-store based retailing, and contemporary scenario of distribution in India.